What's going on, guys? Leaf right here. Welcome to the channel, and today we're going to be discussing this 15-year-old lens, the Canon EF L series 16-35 f2.8 Mark II version, and whether it's still a viable option going into 2023. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Don't go nowhere. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and get into it, and we're going to talk about this Canon 16-35 f2.8 Mark II version lens, whether it's still good today. I can't really show it to you guys because I'm using it right now. Here it is right now, so you guys can see it on the camera. So I think this is a great option for a lot of people if you are a Canon shooter, whether it's a DSLR or you're on the R series cameras. So I'm going to go into it, talk about some pros, some cons, and then you guys will just have to make the decision as to whether you guys believe this is a good option for you or not if you are a Canon shooter. So let's go ahead and let's talk about some of the pros. Pro number one, the price. This thing, I got it for about $800 in excellent condition off MPB right now, and I believe you can get it for about $900 in like new condition off MPB. So it's price wise, it's really hard to beat. The quality you get out of this lens compared to the price is, again, it's very hard to beat. And with that f2.8 aperture and that classic 16-35 focal length, it's a very hard lens to beat. So that is pro number one. So pro number two is that it's an L series lens. So the build quality of this lens is great. Even though it is a 15-year-old lens, the build quality is great. I got it in excellent condition, so all the weather sealing is still good. I've already taken it out into some of the rain, not like a torrential downpour or anything like that, but a decent rainstorm, and no issues with my camera whatsoever after bringing it back in. And after it's dry off, there's no water leaks anywhere, so the weather sealing is still great. It's not as big as some of the other wide angle lenses that Canon offers. I can't complain at all about the build quality for this lens. Pro number three, and this was one that drove me crazy when I had the 15-35 in the past, is this one has the internal zoom. I guess it's just me. I like the internal zoom. I'm not much of a gimbal person, but if you're on a gimbal and you have those lenses where the barrel starts poking out when you're zooming in, it just basically throws out the balance of your gimbal. And honestly, just to me, it just looks funny seeing part of the lens sticking out after you zoom out. So so I appreciate that this lens, being 15 years old, has the internal zoom. I never understood why the 15-35 did not have the internal zoom. So that was one of the things that I love about this lens, and one of the things I hated when I had the 15-35. Now let's go ahead and let's talk about some of the cons, because again, it's not a perfect lens. So con number one, it's an EF, and I don't think it's that big of a deal, but some people might. It is an EF mount lens versus the RF. Some people think the EF mount is starting to die off. There's still so many lenses out there, but if you're someone that doesn't want to, go back to the EF and you just want to have RF native mount lenses for your R series cameras, then that could definitely be a con, because you have to have the adapter along with, the EF lens. Granted, it works flawlessly so far since I've had it, but that could be seen as a con. For me, it's not, but for some others, it definitely could be. So con number two is this is a non-stabilized lens. This, well, really none of the 16-35s minus the 16-35 EF f4 was stabilized. So really any of the f2.8 16-35s were not stabilized. So that could be a negative to some people. I don't really care, because I have IBIS on my R6, and that has been working just fine. So I don't really care that it doesn't have the stabilization in the lens, but some people, again, that might be a deal breaker for them. So this does not have the lens stabilization built into the lens. And lastly, I think probably one of the last con I can really think of is the age of this lens. It is a 15-year-old lens, so it has been out for a long time, since 2007. So that is a long time. I don't know. I haven't checked. I don't know if this thing is still getting updates, or if it will continue to get updates, or if Canon's going to stop supporting. I know they have started to not support some of their EF glass. I'm not sure if this is one of them, or if it's going to be coming soon. So that might be something, to take into consideration when purchasing this lens if it is important to you to be able to still get those updates and support from Canon. So that might be a con for some people as well. Alright guys, so those are my pros and cons for this lens. Again, I think this is a great budget option. If you're needing a good quality wide angle zoom lens, I think this is a great option. It's not going to break the bank and you're still going to get amazing quality out of this. I have noticed no issues so far using this. Obviously I haven't had it for a very long time, but so far so good. I love this lens. I would definitely recommend to people if they're wanting to get a budget option, don't want to break the bank for the 15 to 35 or even the 16 to 35 Mark III version, because that one's still pretty pricey as well. So anyways guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys liked what you see. If there's anything you guys want to see, like I always say, leave a comment, let me know. If you enjoyed the content I put out today, I'd love you to hit that subscribe button. We'll see you guys the next time I make a video. Have a good one.